Hey guys, Ray here, welcome to my channel. So I recently purchased this EG4-LL server rack battery from Signature Solar. And if you're only going to purchase one battery, I think this is the battery you're going to want. So let's test it out. Yeah, so because I'm doing a review on this battery, I was able to purchase it at a discount from Signature Solar. So I was just going to do the review on this battery and then resell it. But after using it for a month in my RV, there's no way I'm selling this thing. This is going to be my go-to battery from now on. I did have the LiFePO4 battery, but I'll show you why this one is a lot better than that, especially if you're only going to get one battery. This is a server rack battery, meaning it's designed to go in a server rack, and that can be wheeled around your garage, or you can use it in a cabin, or you can use it in a, like I'm using it in my RV. So this battery comes in a 12 volt, 24 volt, or a 48 volt. So all those batteries are 5.12 kilowatt hours. So to put that in perspective, this can run my microwave in my RV for over 3 hours. Tons of capacity here. So before we get into the specific features, let's talk a little bit about the price of the 5.12 kilowatt hours. So if you were to get that same capacity in battle worn batteries, that's like 4 battle worn batteries, that'll cost you almost $4,000, which is right at about 74 cents per watt hour. If you want to go to the super cheap route, you could build your own batteries by ordering cells from China. I believe that comes in to about 15 to 20 cents per watt hour. Now, I've never built one of those batteries myself. I'm always afraid of maybe burning down my house or something like that. So this is a good medium. This battery is right around 34 cents per watt hour. The Battleborns, they're going to cost you around $4,000. At the time of this filming, this battery is $1,750. So I think that's a great value for what you're getting. Let's look at some of the features that we're getting here. So here you can see it has this nice screen. You can see the voltage. You can see the real-time amps coming out of the battery or charging the battery. See the date and the time. That's interesting. It says version 1, but this is the version 2 battery. Here you can see each cell. There's 16 cells and you can see the voltage. This is the millivolts. Printed circuit board, temperature, cell temperatures as well. So that's pretty nice. You have a circuit breaker. Looks like this is a 125 amp circuit breaker. 2 negative lugs here, which is nice. A bolt for ground, if you want to use that. Here we have our dip switches, state of charge indicator. Right now I'm at 25% because I was just using this to run my air conditioner. Little light saying it's on, or alarm indicator here. Here it supports the CAN protocol and also the RS485 protocol. 2 positive terminals. Here are the ports for your battery for closed loop communication. So if this was in a server rack, you would have a battery below this and another one below this, and you'd plug this in right here, and then this would go to the battery right below it. And then from your primary battery, this would go into your inverter or whatever you're using for your power system. So this has communication support with Schneider, Solarc, Victron, Growatt, of course EG4 inverters. Signature Solar has another video where it communicates with the Victron Servo GX, so you can use this battery with all of your Victron components. Nice part about the dip switches is there are 8 dip switches, so you can have 64 of these and have closed loop communication. So to turn it on, you just flip this switch and then you turn the on button on there. And it has a pre-charge resistor circuit that runs on startup, so it'll slowly charge the resistors in your inverter so you won't blow out the inverters, which is always nice. So this supports up to 7,000 charge and discharge cycles up to 80%. So once it's at 100%, you can go down to 20. And if you keep doing that over and over, 7,000 cycles. Or if you want to go down to 0 every day, I believe it's like 5,000 cycles that this will support. And this thing has a 10-year warranty, which is awesome. I hope I don't need to use that, but I'm going to register it and we'll see if we use it later on. Another thing amazing that this has is it has built-in Spire suppression. It has fire arresters underneath this hood. I don't know if you'll ever really need that. If you're installing these in a commercial application, they might require that. Or if you're doing bids on installing batteries in people's houses or whatever, you can say in your bid, these batteries have built-in fire suppression, which might be, which the client might really like that. So I like using closed loop communication because the BMS in here can tell your inverter power system, you know, temperature, state of charge, discharge capacity, charge capacity. And so that's a lot safer that way. All right, let's look at some of the cons. So these terminals are a little too close to the handles for my comfort. Just make sure everything's turned off before you haul this around. And also on most of these server rack batteries, they have like this cheap plastic piece that covers these terminals. And I've never liked that. They always fall off and I lose them. But I'd like for a company to come out with like one that kind of a nice cover that goes over this and like has a set screw or something, so you can't touch these at all. One more con is Signature Solar was saying when you slide these into your server rack, you need to take the handles off, so these terminals are more accessible. There's a little bit of a con there. I guess one of the pros and cons is the 12-volt version of this comes Bluetooth enabled, so you can see data on your phone. And then the 48 volt and the 24 volt version don't have that. All right, let's take a look inside and look at the components and the fire arresters. So I'm going to turn this off. There we go. Wow. Here are the fire arresters. So it looks like we have a 16 cell configuration, all in series. Looks like we have 4 temperature sensors. Looks like that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So here is the main negative. And then here's the positive. Positive goes from the last cell through the circuit breaker here and then into the positive lug right here. Here's our screen and our on-off switch. You can see the relative circuit boards right there. And I believe that is used for the pre-charge resistor, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Not an electrical engineer, so I'm not going to explain all these parts, but that's what I got for you. Oh, and it looks like these wires are hooked to all the cells to keep the cells balanced. And it looks like it's wrapped in this nice cloth and zip tied down. It looks like on top of the cells they have this, I don't know if it's Loctite or insulation on there. So it looks like they have these screws to hold the connections down, but it is welded here for extra support. So I know that SOK batteries just have bolts so you can actually pull the cell out and put a new one in if it's bad. I don't see myself actually pulling out a bad cell and putting like a new cell in there and hoping that it balances just right. I'm just going to use the 10-year warranty and just meld the whole thing in. 3.2 volts, so 320 watt hours per cell. So add that up, that's 5.12 kilowatt hours, which we'll test in a little bit here to see if it really has that capacity. So that's the insides. Put this back. Before we get into the capacity test and some of the load testing on this, I'm going to try installing the software, and it's for temporary battery analysis and diagnostics. It shows like the state of health of this system. Yeah, I've never installed this, but let's see if we can install it on my computer real quick. It says I need to go to EG4's website and download a program. And then I can use this cable which came with the battery, and I can plug it into my computer, and the program will talk to the battery. So let's try it out. EG4electronics.com. Downloads. Okay, BMS tools. So I need this one. Okay, download it. So it looks like it only works for Mac or for PCs. Okay, I'll just run the executable here. Sure, I'll run it. Just say that I trust. Okay, wow, that was easy. That was super easy. Now it says I need to set the baud rate to this one. And then I need to plug in. Guess I'll just plug it into this one. Probably, I don't know if it matters. Plug that in there. Plug that in there. Search devices. No serial port or devices available. Oh, I need to turn my battery on. Probably why. Try this one more time. If this works, it's gonna be too easy. Okay, let me mess around with this for just a little bit. I'll get back to you. All right, yay, it's working. Okay, I'll show you what I did. I was on hold with Signature Solar. He answered right away, so that was nice. And then we were trying a bunch of different settings. I was on the call with him for over 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 4 seconds. Let me show you what we did though. So we needed to have all the dip switches so they look like that. And the baud rate needs to be set at 9600, which is opposite from what the manual states as 19,200. And then packet ID 16, and then I just hit search device, and then this comes up for a while, and then all my data shows up. So I'm glad to have technical support. That took a little while longer, but he said he's writing all the information down, so anyone else that calls, they'll know. Or if you watch this video, you'll know as well how to connect it. Okay, so here's my state of health 100%, which is good. State of charge 15%. Capacity 100 amp hours. And here's my my cell, my difference in my cells. It's only 12 millivolts, which is awesome. Here I can see all my cell voltage numbers. Temperature. Oh my! I can see my 4 temperature sensors here, which we saw when we took the cover off. Ambient temperature. I guess this is how hot it is in RV right now. Okay. There's all the other stuff. But this is the main one I'm interested in, state of health. I'm gonna have this battery outside in the freezing temperature when it's sitting in my RV, and I'll check this in a couple years, state of health, see how that is. One more thing I needed to do was I needed to first set these all to the on position, and then go to the menu and hold this button down 3 seconds. Yeah, there we go. And then make sure that the RS45 was selected and that was selected. And then after turning it off, you can move dip switch 5 back to the off position. And then I was able to connect the two systems. So I just moved the battery into my RV power system setup here. So I've got a Grow Watt 3000 ES model here, and I got some solar panels, which I'm turning off the solar panels, so everything's going to be running off the battery. So before we do the capacity test, let's see what this thing can run. So my favorite feature of this battery is the ability for it to start large inductive motors and appliances as a single battery. A few months ago, I bought one of these batteries, which I like. So this is Signature Solar's budget server rack battery. Now, if I'm going to get a battery for my home, a battery bank with a whole bunch of batteries for my home, this is the battery that I'd get, I think, because it has closed loop communication and it's super cheap. And not a lot of people have been able to compete with the price of this specific battery. I know SOK recently came out with kind of a competitor, which is nice. Budget SOK battery, which I hear good things about that. It doesn't have closed loop communication, but this one does. But if you're not going to use closed loop communication, maybe that SOK battery is probably for you and for your house. But for my house, I think I'm going to buy these batteries. But if you're going to buy a single battery, I don't think I would buy this battery. I'd get the EG4-LL battery. Why? Because according to the specs, apparently you can't always believe the specs. It says this handles 100 amps of current. And I was able to hook this into my RV, and I was trying to start my RV air conditioner, and I couldn't get it started with this single battery. And so I called Signature Solar, got them on the phone, and I said, hey, this won't start my air conditioner. And they said, make sure the battery's charged all the way. You should be able to do it. So I charged the battery up to 100%, and it did start the air conditioner. But then when it went down to, I think it was 84%, it couldn't start the air conditioner. So I did some tests on my air conditioner, and I got one of those fancy multimeters with the inrush button, and the inrush of my RV air conditioner at 120 volts was 50 amps, and that's a little over 6,000 watts just to start the air conditioner up. So let's go see how the EG4-LL battery handles it. All right, let this battery go down a little bit. Looks like it's at 17% right now. Let's try starting the air conditioner. Wired up my smart shunt, Victron smart shunt. You should be able to monitor this. Okay, that's the fan going right now. Compressor should kick on shortly. 275 watts. There goes the compressor. Oh, it's starting. Okay, let's try starting the microwave. I've got a little thing of water in there. And then we'll try starting the air conditioner. Okay, that's the microwave running right now, and the air conditioning fan. So hopefully the compressor will kick on. There it goes. So air conditioner is running now, and the microwave. The smart shunt shows 16%, but really the battery is like 15% because the shunt's not quite synced. Right. But it's running both of them at the same time. 14%. So that is awesome, 14%, and it's running the microwave, and it can start the air conditioner. So pretty impressed with that. That's 60 amps so there's like hardly any voltage drop. With the LiFePO4 battery, I think I was getting like a low bus voltage error on the battery. The Grow Watt couldn't run it because it had a low bus voltage. So the LiFePO4 battery just must have a lot of internal resistance, or I don't know if it's like a BMS setting or something, but this one handles it just fine. So let's try one more test. All right, I'm just going to put this clamp meter on DC and then have it measure the max amps coming out of the battery itself. And this is a 3000 watt inverter, so it won't run this next test. But I'm going to try starting the microwave and the air dryer, which should put us right about 90% capacity of this, and then see if it'll start the air conditioner. No, it won't be able to run it, but let's just see if it'll start it, and we'll watch the inrush current of this, see how much power it draws. Now this is DC current, so it's different than the 120 volt 50 amp inrush current that's coming from the AC side on the air conditioner. So it doesn't quite translate exactly the same. The inverter has capacitors that kind of handle that spike, I believe. So let's just see what we get here. First start this, then the microwave, and then the air conditioner. Microwave. There goes the microwave. I'm going to try starting the air conditioner right now. Air conditioner fan. I don't think it's started yet. There it goes. It's running it. Wow. It should stop pretty soon though. It'll get overloaded. Wow. So there you go. Whoops. Hold on, let me turn this off. So That is why I love this battery. It's just a single battery and it's doing that. It's pretty awesome, pretty amazing. Okay, right at 100 amps coming out of the battery at the max. So that's pretty awesome. I don't have a inverter large enough to have it pull the 100 amps continuously, but that's pretty good. I'm really liking that single battery, especially compared to the other battery. Okay, next let's go ahead and do the capacity test. I used my solar panels to charge this up to 100%. I'll just verify that. So that's going to be monitoring all the power coming out of the battery. So I have the battery hooked up to my RV here. Comes here, and on the AC output, here is my my RV plug. My shore power plug is plugged straight into that. So this is going to power my RV. That's what's going to be the load for the battery. So let me step into the app here so we can monitor the power output. History. So I just clear my history. And what I'm going to watch for is my discharge energy. This is the total energy that's coming out of it. Okay, that looks good. So it's at 0. Okay, for my loads, I'm going to go ahead and start my air conditioner in the RV. So that's using almost 1600 watts. And with the hair dryer running, it's 63 amps. That's pretty much maxing out my inverter. My inverter is pretty much running at 100%. I'm just gonna leave this running for like an hour and then I'll turn it down. So let's just see how this can run. See if this can keep up for an hour. All right, it's been running really hard for about an hour. Okay. Kind of warm on this side where the exhaust is. This side's really not bad. Cables feel fine. 33% left. I'll turn off the, I'll let the hair dryer go though. Okay, when I get close to the end, I'll put this on low. Yeah, even though the battery says 33%, the smart shunt says 23%. For some reason it can't quite sync up with the battery. I'm not sure why. Here are all my settings. I believe I set these all correctly according to the manual. So let me know if you have any tips how to get this to sync up right. It's pretty close. Okay, it looks like it's consumed 3.4 kilowatt hours so far. So imagine maybe an hour it'll get pretty close. Okay, we're down to 2%. 4.9 kilowatts. 5.1 kilowatt hours, and it's still running. Okay, the battery's showing 0%, but it's still running. Still drawing 10 amps from the battery, even though it's at 0%. We'll see how long it lasts for. There it goes. Just turned off. I was a little nervous for a while, but the battery ended up having its full capacity, so that's always good. So when I turned back on the solar panels to charge the battery, I noticed the battery wouldn't turn on and start charging. So I was kind of nervous that I was going to need to jump the battery somehow, which would be really annoying. But I just turned the battery off, turned it back on, and then it just started accepting solar power to charge it. So that's always nice. So guys, do you think this is the best server rack battery on the market? Maybe. I think it's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want me to do any more reviews of this product or any other products. And if you want to use the affiliate links in the description, those will help support the channel, help me to make more videos like this. I'm going to include any discount codes I have in the description. If you like used solar panels, these are $50 used solar panels. I've got a discount code for these. Also, one more thing, my cousin that has a 3D printing business designed these for me. These are clips to cover the terminals so you don't get electrocuted. Just go over, put them on, just like that, and they clamp in. So the next video I'm going to post, I'm going to do a review of this grow watt if you want to see that as well. And if any of you order one of these batteries using my affiliate links, send me an email in the description with your order number, and I will mail you some of these clips for your battery if you want them. But thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.